The manifestation is the consequence of the wish fulfilled, not the requirement. Again, the manifestation, your new circumstances, the circumstances that you want to change in your outside world, right? For that to show up, this change in circumstance, your desires showing up in your outside world, that is a consequence, a result, a byproduct, right? An after effect of the wish fulfilled, not the requirement. The manifestation does not equal the wish fulfilled. The manifestation is the mirroring, right? It's the confirmation of the wish fulfilled. This statement is crucial in manifestation, and many people still think that only when my manifestation is there, then my wish is fulfilled. No, your manifestation is there because your wish is fulfilled within. Okay, so you first give yourself the wish fulfillment. You first experience in your inner world the wish fulfilled. And with experience, I mean simply you feel into that. You imagine a scene that implies that. You awaken that. You script yourself to awaken that state. You use whatever method you like. But the key is simply that once we are within the wish fulfilled and the desire simply, decrease, we're no longer desiring it. We're now in the state of the wish fulfilled within. Then our world can show us and mirror back to us that wish fulfilled. So that's why the manifestation is the consequence of the wish fulfilled. Okay? Let me explain that in more detail. The manifestation is always the consequence of the wish fulfilled, never the prerequisite for the wish fulfilled. Like I just said, only when my wish has already been fulfilled, meaning when you are already who you want to be, right? When you already feel as though you have what you want to have, when you already are who you want to be within, then your outside world will reflect it as a mirror. Because again, what is the outside world? The outside world is functioning as a mirror, as a confirming mirror, showing you who you are, showing you what you first gave yourself. When you give yourself within feelings and moods and self-talk of being not appreciated, being not acknowledged, being unwanted, being not loved, being not cared of, and all of that, look in your life. If you give within yourself moods and states of desirable things, right? You're financially stable, you're healthy, you're vital, you're loved, you're wanted, you're cared of, you're adored, and those type of things, look inside your life. But you first are it within, and life and people in its and circumstances simply confirm that internal state, right? So the wish first gets fulfilled in you. The only thing that matters is where you are on the inside, right? I'm not saying this to downplay our external life. That is very relevant. But in a moment of when we want to change something, we can acknowledge how life is, but we should not see it as final. We should not be like, okay, that's how my life is. Well, I can never change it. That's never the case, right? Sometimes it moves slowly. Sometimes it changes quickly, but it's never final. And we have to accept it as it is. Because where you are within determines how you think, how you react, how you act, and what you manifest. So the key thing that matters is your inner state. And the satisfaction, and that is now key. Please listen to this, guys. The satisfaction, right, and the positive mood of the wish fulfilled belongs to you immediately. You don't have to wait for the manifestation to finally feel like, finally I have this in my world. Finally I am this. Finally my world confirms this to me, right? You don't have to wait for that because your mood depends on your inside, not on the outside. Your mood depends on the inside. On the outside, it could be that it's a rainy day. Well, you could feel amazing, you could feel happy, you could feel thriving, you could feel excited, you could feel empowered, you could feel on top of the world, whereas others be like, it's a rainy day, yeah. Okay, yeah, it's not so cool, I'm feeling a little bit down, but yeah, it's okay. Your mood depends on where you stand within. You have control over your inner world. And the more control you get over your inner world, and the more you acknowledge and appreciate that, the more you will no longer be making yourself dependent on what right now appears, what right now someone says, because you know that you have full control over your inner world, and that will eventually determine the circumstances. And again, the satisfaction of the wish fulfilled can be felt immediately. You don't have to wait for the manifestation to be there, to be like, now I have it. No, you could right now experience the wish fulfilled through your imagination in your inner world. You could awaken that state, that mood, that feeling of what it would be like if you would have already accomplished your goal. And again, you can support it with a scene, you can support it with scripting, you can support it with method that you resonate with, that helps you to move within in that feeling, in that state. But you have it immediately, you feel the wish fulfilled. You don't have to wait for the circumstances to show you the manifestation. Because only when you felt the wish fulfilled within, then your circumstances have the ability to reflect that back to you. So again, the satisfaction of the wish fulfilled, the positive mood, the relief can belong to you immediately because it's right now available in your inner world, not only when the circumstances show it to you. And that is simply why happiness, love, and all beautiful things in life, right, can never be found on the outside. Nothing can be found out there. You should never attach yourself to something on the outside in the mirror, right, which is never in a sense stable, or which is never absolute, which is still always changing, right? The only direction to go where you find happiness, peace, love, abundance, right? You can chase it as much as you want in this world, and maybe you find it for a little bit, but eventually it's always accessible in yourself. So even if you find yourself as being not in the relationship, you could still now awaken the state of being in there, of feeling that relief, of being happily partnered, or of being with your desired partner, or of having the financial overflow, having the financial abundance. These states are in you, right? In the mirror, well, it can only reflect. So that's an inner game, right? We are riding on the highways of the inner world, so to speak. That which you experience in the physical world is merely a shadow reflecting the reality of your imaginal activity. The outer world is a delayed reflection of the inner and is confined to a dimension of space where events occur in a time sequence. Meaning now you can experience the feeling of accomplishment, the feeling of relief, the feeling of joy, the mood of the wish fulfilled, the experience of the wish fulfilled. Which again, it's not having to do with euphoric emotions that you need to create. It's more like, what would it be like? You know, if you climb a ladder, if you imagine climbing a ladder, there are no emotions involved. It's the experience of the wish fulfilled is the feeling of the wish fulfilled. The experience of the wish fulfilled is the feeling of the wish fulfilled. It feels very subjective to everyone. Sometimes emotions are bipolar, but sometimes it feels just very natural, very normal, right? But if I felt holding my car keys in my hand, well, there was not really a lot of emotions. Maybe sometimes of how cool is that, a little bit of excitement. But when I experienced the wish fulfilled, that was the feeling of the wish fulfilled, right? That is it. So, and the outer world is a delayed reflection, right? So you should not, in a sense, be like, oh, you know, why isn't it here yet? Why isn't it here yet? You searching for it is already an indication that you're not in the wish fulfilled, that the wish has not been fulfilled fully for you, because then you wouldn't seek any longer for something to even happen, right? These are the people who always say, oh, but where is it? Where is it? It's not changing. I imagined for 3 weeks, but it's not happening. It's not happening. What do you imagine in this moment? You imagine that you're not it yet. When you appreciate and acknowledge and awaken to the fact that your inner world is where the wish fulfilled takes place. So we when we imagine, we do it only for the sake of being in the wish fulfilled. If you can take away even this thought of I do this to manifest it. Again, I know we want to experience in the flesh. I'm not saying this to downplay our, let's just say, want to experience things in the flesh. Absolutely. But if you can simply, for this exercise and for your to have the right premise, if you can take this need to manifest away, and only within you give yourself these accomplished states, and you experience the wish fulfilled, you hear this congratulation, you visualize that you already have achieved this, and you stay in the moment, and you know that it's all taking place in the present moment. There is no future that you need to wait for, and then it will be all there and you will feel amazing. No, you now feel amazing, and then your future will confirm that and will give you reasons and circumstances and your desired circumstances to confirm that you already felt amazing first within. Right? And usually in a delayed way, because within we can be immediately, whereas externally the world moves, right? It sometimes takes time and sometimes takes us to go through a bridge. So do you believe that the change happened already in the imaginal act? Or do you believe or hope that the change will happen in the physical world? That's the big question. If you still wait and hope and you think, when finally this change happens in my world, then I can feel this way. You wait forever, you wait very long, you will make this a difficult journey. If you know that the change happens in the moment you give yourself that change, in the moment you decide, I'm now this, and you stay faithful to that, you stay loyal to that, you care more about your inner world, well, that's maybe a wrong way to phrase it, because you should also care about your external world and not dismiss it. But for conscious manifestation, right, it's about where you are within. Yes, the external world can still show you the opposite. It can still show you that it's not there. It can still show you something undesirable. But what does it matter if right now you can within feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled? And maybe explain it a different way. If right now within you could be in the state of the wish fulfilled, you can be in the end, then you still see the opposite circumstances, but you no longer have that strong identification with them or that strong reaction towards them, because your reactions are coming from where you stand within. So when you stand within in the end state, then the circumstances can still be the old, but you already experienced the wish. You know it's already done, right? And that is why if we go back to the beginning, that is why the manifestation is the consequence of the wish fulfilled, never the requirement. You never require the manifestation to feel the wish fulfilled. You can awaken the wish fulfilled in yourself right now via your imagination. And again, one core way to do it, many different ways, is imagining a scene that implies that your desire already is fulfilled. Right? What would a friend say? What would change in your day-to-day life? What would you do differently? What would you say to someone? What would happen? What would imply to you that you now are the one you want to be, that you now have the thing you want to have? So with that, I'll leave it for this video. If you need any more insights, any more resources, check out the free masterclass. That's the first link in the video description. And also, if you want to work with me, you want to have accountability, structure, a system, my coaching from me directly, then you can check out the second link in the video description and pinned comments. That's my program. Also, feel free to check out my website, upgradeyourlife.com. You will also find there the ability to join my inner circle for just $50 if you want to be connected with like-minded people on this journey and you want to get started and you want to connect with others that are also on this path. So that's it. I speak to you soon. Bye, guys.